And speaking of your education, zooming out, how far did you end up getting with that?
I think I got like 11. I think 11. I don't remember. I went to a bunch of schools, so I don't really know. Remember, like I barely was going to school. I was going through a lot, so I just yeah. So I ain't really go to school like that.
So, in essence, you ended dropping out in the 11th grade.
Yeah, but stay in school, everyone. I'm most likely gonna go back to get my GED and everything. I just got other stuff on my mind, a lot of goals, you know. So, but that doesn't mean my education stops. I still learn in other ways, even if it's not school. And as you know, I learned. I still learn. My mind has to continue to stimulate because my mind is just how it is. Like I love learning though, growing as a person. So
And care to share the name of the last school you ended up attending when you
dang,
dropped out, 11th grade?
I don't remember which one. I went to a bunch of different schools and alternative schools and stuff. So no.
Do you want to share any of the names of the schools you attended once upon a time?
I went to Savage Run. Yeah. That was just gonna say that one. Savage Run, yeah.
And how many alternative schools did you end up experiencing back then?
Just like I think two or three. Yeah. Because yeah.
And care to share the reasons of entering an alternative school 2 different times?
But like when I was in middle school, I was like, you feel me? Well, I'm not really close to my mom, but like I would like try like I don't really condone selling drugs. I'm not even like that. Like, even when I got older, but I was trying to help my mom get some groceries, like help her get groceries and stuff. But yeah, I never condone that. I don't even like that. Everyone that know me know I'm a man. They are just they know not to play with me. But I don't really even want to sell drugs, none of that, do none of that. I just trying to help my mom. That's the only probably the only time I think. Yeah, surviving.
And then what was the second time of entering alternative school for?
I think that's it, man. Just I wouldn't really listen. I wouldn't really go to school, but like so they didn't really like know what was going on. I didn't really want to talk to nobody. So yeah, like yeah, just
So stuff was happening outside of school
yeah,
personally to you where
yeah.
it distracted you from
Oh,
being
heavy,
in school.
a lot. Yeah, I was going through a lot. So I really was on survival mode. So I just didn't really want to be going to school and I didn't really was thinking about that.
And even though you dropped out in 11th grade, obviously there's 12 grades in the
Mm-hmm.
American school system. You were so close to finishing, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a year or two left. And just to be clarifying here, was it like the beginning of 11th grade? Was it like the middle of 11th grade? Was it towards the end?
That I don't remember, Smalls.
Okay, well, for lack of memory here, we'll just say, you had 1 or 2 more years left, right? 11th grade, 12th grade, and then you would have
Yeah.
been done.
Yeah.
Any regret on not finishing that, relatively speaking, little amount of time left?
Excuse
Or
me.
was that the
Excuse me.
right decision looking back, being that you did face some personal issues
I don't have no
outside of school?
so I apologize, but I don't have no regret for that because I know I got other things and other goals I got going on, other stuff that was on my mind. So it's not like I was dropped out, had no plan. Like yeah, like nah, man. I always felt like there was always something more, something else. So, but I plan on going back though. So regardless, always get your education on. Mhm.
And did any of your classmates end up becoming well known or famous themselves at the different schools you attended back then? Has there been an athlete or an
No,
influencer or
there's
celebrity?
people I know that were like connected to other like hanging out with people that were kind of blowing up. Yeah, but like they didn't really. Yeah, yeah.
But as far as you know, classmates or schoolmates that you went to the same school with,
Mm-mm.
none that you know have blown up.
Mm-mm. Nothing. No, no. They always knew someone or something like that. Yeah.
And when it comes to your education, that's as
Mm.
far as it got, the 11th grade. Didn't do a trade school after that or anything
Nah,
of that
nah,
nature?
nah. I plan to though. Like I said.
Just curious there.
Matter of fact, I think I tried a community college, but HVAC, I did try that, but I ain't, I don't know, I ain't really stay in it. But always, still learn, do different jobs, all that, definitely, I do condone that, yeah.
What was your reasoning why that ended back then?
Because man, like my soul gets like when you're not doing something that your soul feels happy, you're gonna feel depressed. Like whether like it's not even that something you're depressed because something happened. No, it's not like you're doing something that you're not like happy doing. You feel like there's something else, and you're literally getting depressed, but your soul will get depressed, and then I would just feel something like off, like something that I have to do something else. So that's why I just was left. But shout out to everyone doing community, all that college. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, man.
Now, let's take it all the way back here for the audience,
Yeah.
okay? For those, again, in the audience getting to know you here for the very first time, care to share where you were born?
Philadelphia, North Philadelphia.
And care to share where you were raised as well?
Well, I was there, and then I moved to Florida when I was young. I don't remember, like under 10 or something like that, around there.
Rough
And then,
estimate.
yeah, and then I went back, and then I went back to Philly, and then I went back to Florida, and then Virginia. I went over there, and then I just went back to Philly for like a couple months. Then I went back to Florida. And ever since then, I've just been like in and out, but mainly I've been in Florida since then, like residing. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned Florida several times here. You
Yeah.
also mentioned Virginia. Do you want to get any more detailed on what part exactly of Florida and what part of Virginia? Like
Yeah,
certain
Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
In Henrico County, I think. In Florida, man, I lived a bunch of places. I moved around a lot. I was outside a lot, so I would like, man, I don't know. I just stayed around like I, my dogs own like a corner store in Miami Gardens. They let me stay there when I ain't had nobody, because they know that everyone that knew me, I didn't really have nobody. So I went from there. I used to stay, man, what trap houses, trailer parks, warehouses. The warehouses were bad. Like they were always like selling drugs and shit like that and doing drugs. And like, I remember when I was at the warehouse, like they had like a bunch of pit bulls and baby pit bulls, because she had like a bunch of, and then I would be like the only one feeding it, because they would forget, because they be on drugs. You feel me? So like that's why I'm like really close to animals. I don't, but I just was in that type of environment. I had nowhere else to go. That's the only places I would find, like, I would like think they my fam or something. I don't know, man. Like I would look for it, So, but yeah, but I lived a bunch of places too. So yeah.
Because of all the different moves in your life, if there was a circle chart of 100%,
Yeah.
what city do you think you were raised the most in growing up? Like, would you say 30% in this city was the most because of all the moves? Like, what place did you?
I ain't gonna mainly Broward. I mainly was in Broward a lot, though. I love Broward. Like I like to be there more, But I was there. I was in West Palm, Miami. But mainly Broward, though. Mainly Broward. Yeah.
Do you want to put a percentage on that of just your raising? How much time you spent in Broward County?
I don't know the percentage, but I know I like it there more. I was there more. I'm used to that more. I ain't gonna lie. Shoot.
Now, for you, what was that really like? Growing up in Philly, growing up in the variety of places of Florida, growing up in Richmond, Virginia, what was that really like in any of those areas, if you care to share?
Well, Philly, I was just with my grandma. But my abuela, she didn't really want me to stay with her, because like she know I'll be outside. She's older. So I'm not gonna do that to her. So. But I'm closest to her out of my family. I ain't gonna lie. What really impacted me, I think, just being outside since young. Like in areas I I'm thinking that's my family and my friends, you know, because they was always on drugs. Like have like people friends. I don't do no drugs, but they were doing drugs and they would like stab each other and like try to shoot each other and go to the hospital after and still be friends. Like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? They literally be trying to kill each other and so I'm just like what the fuck? Like you feel me? So I just didn't really have like the best. So I just like to keep myself the way as possible.
Now, when it comes to drugs,
Mm-hmm.
have you always stayed away from drugs, or
Yeah.
have you ever experimented with any of that
Nah,
stuff?
probably like weed. Um, I ain't really did no pills and none of that. Here and there, like when I was young, nah, but I ain't really done. Nah, I ain't no shroom, none of that. No shroom, none of that. Like I'm too scared to take no. I ain't gonna lie, Smallz, cause I'm very like intuitive. I can be very intuitive, like So I don't wanna. I'm good. Yeah.
And, some of the places that you mentioned you were housed at growing up,
Yeah.
trailer park,
Yeah.
trap house,
Yeah.
things of that nature. I do want to break some of these elements down because, some of these elements are depicted in entertainment in the forms of like television
Mm,
and movies and lyrics and music and things of that nature,
yeah.
music videos, the visuals to some of these songs and music that people hear, this sort of thing.
Mm.
But curious, what was it really like growing up in a trailer park? What was it really like growing up in a trap house?
Well, when I was in the trailer, I wasn't there for long because it was all ripped inside out. Like I ain't had nowhere to go. So the lady had it in her backyard, and she told me it wasn't like new or fit. It was like the floors are ripped out. There was like a beehive in there, the windows broken, no AC. It was like really good. Like God, I ain't gonna lie, it was like really like bad. And so I wasn't there for long. So that was, just doing that was kind of hard. Like, it was hard, I didn't like, it's not good. It's not good for nobody. And then trap. Yeah, anytime with warehouse and when they was doing, they were just, I don't really like. It's not good environment, man. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. Like they're not there in the mind, So they like, like so it's like they doing cooking crack, selling crack. Like what the fuck, like. I mean, I was around. That's just what I was around. But like, it's not cool though. Don't do that. Don't be around that stuff. Like you feel me? Like I never did. No, I didn't even want to sell drugs when I was there. Like they know. They be like I'm a protector. I'm a protect. But like, ain't no. Like I ain't want to do that. Like, it's not me. Only time I really like did it was survive. And have my mom when I was a kid. But like, it's not good. Cause I recently like in March. I got out again, like you feel me, like, and it wasn't like trap, but it was like where I was staying at. She it was like a elder lady, like my landlord, but I used to look at her like my mom. I call her my mom, but she was always on with doing drugs. You feel me, and I used to come home like, hey ma, how you doing? Like, and she like smoking the pot. You feel me? She telling me she love me. I'm thinking that's my life. It's just not good for the mind. You feel me? I went through a lot. Like my last 2 interviews, I was living in that situation. So whatever I said and whatever I was going through, you feel me? Like I'm thinking, junkies, my mom like come, and then she used to like laugh at me because my dreams and um, feel me? Like yeah,
And for those in the audience that haven't seen those interviews,
yeah.
care to share the names of those platforms that you're referring to there?
Shout out Off the Porch, Dirty Glove Bastard, and then Mystic Temple. I think yeah, she's sweet, very kind. Yeah.
Okay, now when it comes to like the trap house and things of that nature that you just described, is
Mm-hmm.
it just like what's seen in music videos that people depict in television and movies and so on and so forth? Or are those more exaggerated than what you experienced? Or
Yeah, I mean, every place is different. State, every child is different. Like some might not have all drugs, some might have all. It depends on the people doing, selling. So it's just different each time. And in the movies, sometimes I will feel like they would have to exaggerate it to make it look a certain way. But some places not like that. And some places it is really like that. Like I will wake up my dog shooting outside the door, like right there in the window, open, like gambling, you know. But yeah. But,
Has there been something that you saw entertainment-wise, like a music video or uh, a television show or movie that was as realistic as you experienced?
man, DJ Smallz, I don't really watch TV or movies and shit like since I was like 10 or like 11, 12, I watch TV like really, I don't really watch TV, you know, so yeah.
Why not? There are some that love television.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I don't know, my mind can't keep staying, you know, staying there for long and stuff like that, so I don't know, I just had other things in life, goals, you know, I like to write stuff down, yeah, it just wasn't in the TV like that, and then I just went through a lot, so it just never really helped me, it's not gonna help me what I was going through, so.
Now, speaking of goals, what
Yeah.
is your ultimate goal here? You've mentioned that several times during this
Uh,
interview. You got
Goals,
goals. You got this. You're
man.
chasing something. What is
Yeah,
the
like
ultimate goal here?
so you know, music, what businesses? I got a bunch of businesses. Like, there's nothing wrong with having like vision board. Hold on, let me put it up because I want to show you could have it on the wall, print out pictures, or you could do it on your phone. You know, I just want to show everyone. Can you see it? You know, like, oh man, yeah. So you could have like a little quote, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, I'll show you some, but there's nothing wrong with having the kids out there. There's nothing wrong with having like a vision board. You really supposed to, you could change it every month, once a year, every few months. You know, I have that one. I haven't changed in a while. That one's like really important. I got things, you know, so that's why I ain't changed it. But I plan to, you know, keep changing. Always keep growing and changing, you know, for the better though. And also your vision boards.
But what is the ultimate goal, though? Yes, you have a
Man,
vision board, certain things you want to happen, but what is the ultimate thing
like
you'd like
you
to have
talking
happen?
about for my life or career, what you?
Wherever you want to take this question. If you want to share all of them, you can. It's up to you.
My ultimate goal, I just like, man, I'm really selfless, man. I like to help people. So yeah, yeah.
Now, for you, growing up in so many different places,
Yeah.
and the description you presented previously was not great, right? A lot of
Mhm.
struggling and things of
Yeah.
that nature that you've went through,
Mhm.
and a lot of negative,
Yeah.
right, that you've experienced. But on the positive, on the opposite end of the spectrum, what do you think was the top point for you? No matter where you lived, what was your most positive moment? What was the highest point you reached growing up? No matter the location.
Positive. I don't know, man. I feel like I thought that was like I knew that like some of that stuff wasn't positive, but I felt like just being around some of my dogs, I thought it was my dogs, and you know some I'm thinking that's positive. That was I'm having fun, you know, like being around. I think my family, you know, you feel me? So I don't know, man. Positive living situation. I always had like problem living situation. I ain't gonna lie. Since I was a kid, yeah.
Well, what about music? Would you consider that one of the most positive experiences for you growing up?
Yeah, but you asked me living, but yeah, music definitely positive. But if it living, yeah, that, but yeah, music definitely positive. Working, I like to work out. You know, I've been slacking a little bit. I've been having a lot, you know, taking care of. But yeah, man, uh, music definitely helps out. I haven't done it in a while, but I definitely like doing it. Like whenever I do it, it's just nothing. I just have fun. I really just hear a bunch of melodies and I just put words together. That's all it is.
Now, why or how did you get into music specifically? Because, there's some kids that get into athletics, there's some kids that get into art.
Yeah.
Why music of all things for you
Um,
back then?
it's just I don't know. I be having fun, and then the people I was around, they liked it. They said do it. They still do. I don't, you know, but they still do. But I don't really like. I'm not focused on that right now. I'm gonna get back to it, but I know I got good melody, like the melodies I be doing. You know, it's really it just comes smooth or something. You know, so I don't know. It's cool. It's like fun. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, and if it's in you. Is in you. Nobody can take it away from you. Nobody can take away what's meant for you, your purpose or your skills and talents. It don't matter if you're 30, 40. It don't matter about that age because everyone has like different processes of their, you know, life to what they gotta do. Don't let nobody be like, oh, the 30s and this, that, you dress and you gotta do this and something. No, don't, just live as long as you happy. As long as you happy, live for yourself, you know. That's all that matters. And as long as you know who you are, nobody can tell you who you are. So
Now, do you recall what age music started for you or what grade you were in perhaps when you started getting involved with that
like I
talent
think
there?
like 2 years ago I really started to take it serious, you know, but I ain't but yeah, I just like getting perfecting my craft with it. Yeah. And when I make my music, it's not like sometimes I'll relate to the song and sometimes I won't. I'm just making music, you know. So don't think it's always like me or nothing. I'm just trying to make good music, melodic, you know, people can like too. So
And at this point, what genre of music do you consider yourself?
I really like rap, like hardcore, like crazy rap sometimes, like, but I won't rap that. I won't rap that. Like, I don't be wanting to curse like that because I know people. I'm aware, you know, people are listening, like kids and stuff, you know. And I'm not saying like make kids music and all that, but I'm just saying like you could be. There is great music out there that ain't talking about crazy things all the time. You know, they might curse a few times, yeah, but they not cursing all the time. You know, so you could hear great music like. You know, it could be rap too. I ain't talking about you can make other music too, like them pop and all that, but they they got rap out there that's you know, so you just gotta be very talented, you know, and have a big imagination.
Have others recognized this when it comes to your music? Have others recognized, hey, you don't curse that much, or you're not talking about this like others do?
Yeah,
Have you
people
received that
notice.
type of feedback or
Yeah,
that
people notice.
comments or
Yeah, people notice. I notice them myself when I do. I just be trying not to, you know. But sometimes I feel like I gotta. Don't be too hard on myself, cause I be too hard on myself a lot, cause I'm always thinking about the people more than myself, you know. But I'm just, you know, that's how I am. Yeah.
now, do you remember how you were introduced to that genre of music, rap? How did you get involved with rap? And not even just
Mm-hmm.
getting behind the mic and creating and recording the music. I'm talking about here more or less, how did you get into that
I
genre?
just
Did someone put you on to rap back then? Was it just around you growing up? How did you get into that of all genres?
when I was outside, and people they was just always listening. Yeah, now people were always listening to rap around me. Excuse me, I apologize, but I've always liked the rap, and I like melodic rap too, but I like melodic rap a lot actually. That's what I like. Like, but hard rap too, I like that too. But I would just want rap that.
And, just thinking back, was rap the first genre of music you were introduced to? Or if not, what was before rap came
I
into the
think it
mix?
was. I think it was. That's why I still like, you know, I just like that.
And do you recall what prominent artists you remember from back then when you first started getting into it? Or albums or song titles or
And uh, I don't remember that small. It was like I don't like. It just was rap. Like they were playing like Gucci man. The Young Scooter too. And when I was in Richmond, Virginia, they played that. Uh, Street Lights. You know, like what else? Oh, listen. Yeah, it's only two right now I could think of right now. Yeah.
have you had the opportunity to meet any of these people you just
Nah,
mentioned?
man, not yet. Not yet.
And any other memories of those humble beginnings with music for you that you want to share with the audience? Like, were you ever the type of kid that did talent shows back then, or did you try open mics and so on and so forth?
Nah, I ain't never did it. Uh-uh. Mm-mm.
And creatively speaking, how do you do what you do at this point? So, for example, are you a writer or do you freestyle and punch in?
I can't, man, I just freestyle. I hear melodies sometimes it's put together in the song. I just do it, and then sometimes it's just melody and it's kind of like a rough draft skeleton, and then I'll hear it again, and if I like certain melody points, and I just write to it, you know, stuff like that, or I just do it again and then try to make the song complete.
And were you
Yeah.
always like that, like even from the very beginning, or were you a
Freestyle?
writer at first and then you developed into this freestyling method?
You know, it's crazy you say that. I actually just freestyle all the time, but like my old songs I got in the vault, there was like one or two when I was like really like my very first songs I wrote to one like one of them I think like yeah like I can't I ain't gonna say I can't do that because you can always do you know but I don't but my you know I just don't initially to do that no more I just freestyle just go with that I feel
But
it's good
just for clarification, not to
yeah
confuse you here, just your history when it comes to creating music. Were you a writer at first or freestyling
I
at
would say
first?
freestyling because that's more continually I was doing it yeah for the longest yeah.
So then when there would be times you would write, do you recall why you even wrote? Like, did someone influence you to write, or was that just natural experimentation
Nah,
for you
that's
back then?
why it's very shocking because that one time in like my very first songs I put out, I wrote to. That's why it's very shocking 'cause I don't even do that like a lot. I don't do that now. So yeah, that's why.
So do you recall what got you to do it back then?
Nah, I just did.
And what would you say has been your biggest song so far in
My
your
biggest
music
song,
catalog? Yes.
probably the ones that I haven't put out. Like I took it out. I did put them out back then, but I took them out. I'll say like Cancun. I like Cancun. That one's very special to me, you know. But there's another ones too. There's like one more. But I took it out because I'm still perfecting my craft, you know? Yeah,
So if anyone wanted to look up your music at this point, the only platform it's available on is YouTube.
yes.
And why YouTube of all platforms? Because this same content you could have on other DSPs.
Man, I don't know. I used to try with DistroKid, but I ain't gonna say nothing, man. I ain't gonna speak no bad, bad about none company. Just don't, I just didn't want to do it no more.
So then for you at this point, the only music available is New Chapter. That's the
Mm,
name of a project. All the songs from this project are on this YouTube channel of yours. And again, just in case there could be some fraud or scammy channels out there
mm-hmm.
representing you, what is the official channel name here that they can find you on
On
YouTube?
YouTube, I think
Yes.
it's like Lynx King 9. I'll be switching this. I'm saying it's a Lynx King 9. Yeah.
And there are 8 tracks on this YouTube channel of yours. You have them on a playlist, but one is deleted.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that one in particular deleted of the 8?
I don't know, cause I feel like I could do better on that one. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned before you ended up taking it down, your biggest song at the time that you recall was a song called Cancun.
Cancun.
Now, was that song freestyled or written at
Yeah, that
all?
was freestyle, but when I first recorded it, it didn't come out how I wanted it to come out. So like, I dropped it like, like fast version, cause I just don't be caring, um, what anybody think about me, and I just like to be different. And I like people to be like, oh, well, I don't really like people to like say something, but people would yeah judge whatever, but then it's not even really like that's not really who I am at the core. I'm just people gonna say whatever. I don't really care, you know, because I know who I am. I know I can make music. So yeah,
And this I don't care attitude, this mentality, has this been something you've always had and you were always like, or maybe there was a time when you did care and then it developed into this at some
nah,
point?
it's only about what I think of what if I care what people think of me. That and just in that matter, I don't care. Like I don't care what nobody think about me, no, because you should know. Everyone out there shouldn't care what nobody thinks of you, because that means you living for someone else. Don't be scared. No, as long as you know yourself. That's why you guys. It's very important to know yourself. Find yourself. Be alone. And once you know yourself, nobody can tell you who you are. Nobody gonna tell me who I know. Like, you know.
Now, you know, in the beginning of this conversation, just talking about you growing up and things of that nature,
Yeah.
you shared some negative experiences with
Yeah.
your upbringing. And then I asked you, you know, what your most positive moment was, and music happened to be one of them.
Yeah.
But you know, on the negative side of things, on the opposite end of the spectrum for you,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think was the bottom point? You know, you shared some negative aspects of your
Mm-hmm.
upbringing, but what do you think was the lowest point? Or
Man, I ain't gonna lie, cause when I was in the trap, bro, and everyone, bro, they just nobody was there for me, bro. Everyone like a banner, bro. That shit when I and then one of my dogs at the time that he used to pull up over there and he was the only one, bro. He used to give me I don't ask nobody for nothing. He used to give me like money for food and I'd be in the car with AC. He used to help me keep me sane. I'm around like a couple eight junkies in there, cause it was a band that turned to band and man, that was like it kind of like you know. But I ain't gonna say that was one of them that really kind of did something.
now, with all these experiences that you grew up, especially the negative side of things,
Yeah.
mentally, has this been something you sought any professional help over?
No, cause I'm very strong-minded and I know myself, but there's nothing wrong with talking to someone, you know. But yeah, there's nothing wrong, but I just didn't, you know. So I know, so, yeah, be strong.
And where does this strength come from? Because some of the stuff that you've experienced, there's some people that would fold.
Yeah,
There's
like
some
on
people,
drugs and stuff. Yeah,
well,
they
not
probably
even that. There's some that could, you know, commit
yeah
suicide
commit
over some of the
suicide.
stuff, you know?
Nah, man, you just gotta be strong. Like,
Where does this strength come from for you?
man, me being spiritual, I ain't gonna lie, cause that's the only thing that really that helped me, gave me hope. Like, cause I didn't have no hope. I ain't gonna lie. I used to think, like, when I was young, I'd be like, oh, when I'm 13, I'm gonna die. I used to like put like, you know, so, but it's just a spirituality, you know, like the universe, you know, yeah, stuff like that.
And was that how you were raised, the spirituality? Were you
Nah,
raised to be spiritual, or this was your own thinking here, your
nah, it
own
just
decision?
came to me like when I used to like dream and stuff. Yeah, I used to, you know, but yeah. I was dreaming it. I didn't like, and then when I just followed it, it made sense years later, and you know, it would come to me, and it's like, why is it come like things and stuff coming to me? Because I didn't even know about things were gods and all certain things. I'm like, what, like people, all that. So I don't know, man. But all I know is everything happens for a reason, and I feel like when like it's gonna your purpose is gonna tap into you, whether you like it or not. It's going everything your destiny is gonna tap into you, you know. So that's all that was happening. You know, it shaped me to the person I am now.
Now, there are some that grow up and they're raised to follow a religion and things of
Mm.
that nature. Were you raised to follow one yourself?
Nah, nah. I think my mom, I think she Catholic. I don't know my dad. I don't know my dad. My mom, I'm not really close to her like that. And my grandma, when I was around her, she just I don't know what she is, but she like I think Christian, Catholic or something. But I love all religions, man. Listen, all religions and as long as it's positive, it has nothing to do with like worshiping no money or no nothing to do with no evil. Like, you know, so as long as it's positive. But I love all of it. Yeah, all religions, yeah.
And this grandmother you're referencing, mother side of the family or father side
My
here?
mom's side. Yeah.
That was the one in North Philly.
Yeah.
Now, for you, you mentioned that there was a thought you might not make it past 13.
Yeah. All the time. All the time. I didn't want to. I didn't want to. Trust me, like you were saying, like I was hopeless. I didn't want to do this. Like, but spiritual, just being spiritual helped me. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I just did it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having like goals, writing things down, spiritual, like having. There's nothing wrong with that. Who cares what nobody think? You know?
Now, you have passed the age of 13.
Yeah.
So, asking you this then,
Yeah.
what do you make of that outcome? Now that you are on the other side of that equation,
Man, keep fighting for like fighting for what you know what I'm saying? What I believe is what's meant for me. I don't care what nobody think. I don't care about this, that, no, because I make sure other people see like look at this difference, this differentness that impacted me that's like very mystical and like I want people to see, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, certain things is a calling, you know? So whether people, not just is what it is, because it's probably other things you have to do too. So, just, yeah, man. So you just got to keep fighting for it, keep trying, connecting, all that, yeah.
And knowing what you know now, on the other side of that coin, hypothetically speaking, what would you have said to your younger self back then, if anything?
Man, I tell them I love them, because I ain't love myself back then. Because nobody loved me, feel me? So, yeah.
And at this point, you do love yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And how did you get to that point?
Just like the universe, because they love, you feel me? So,
Now, I asked you a variety of questions here just in
yeah,
regards to your upbringing,
yeah.
but anything else you want to mention about it or question you weren't asked? People want to know just about your raising, your upbringing, that sort of thing.
No, nothing that I can think of, you know. Yeah.
And what's the status with you and your parents at this point?
I don't know. I don't know my dad since I was a kid, and my mom. It just never was like, you feel me? I don't really want to say too much because my grandma, she told me that, you know, but my mom knows, she know, and my grandma know, but I wasn't born, I ain't, you know, and I ain't come up here to say anything like this, so I'm just let it be what yeah, I'm just gonna let it be young, yeah.